Okay, today we will see what types of fire detection and alarming systems are there and should be available in the working sites. It might be projects, process plants, any project. Okay, industrial areas, industrial, commercial, residential, everywhere. The common one is the smoke alarm detectors, which we'll be using in the offices, malls, commercial buildings, industrial offices, industrial constructed buildings, and everywhere. The smoke detectors. And these are mainly, yes, Ajay.
Sorry, sir.
Okay. These are mainly used in the enclosed areas. Smoke detectors mostly will be used in the enclosed areas only, not in the open areas. For the open areas, some detectors, some types are not a flame smoke detectors will be there. We have to use the fire alarm systems, like manually we have to use them. But for the enclosed, we will be having smoke detectors in case of any fire, whether any persons are available inside the enclosed area or not, because machinery will be there in case of any fire. Smokes will be there, and alarm, it starts alarming to just detect, or just to give a communication that some fire, any fire can occur in the enclosed areas. For these causes, the smoke detectors will be there. And we have some flame detections. Flame detections working system is normally based on the heat. That those will be the sensors. You can see some sensors will be there, and they will detect by the temperature, heat temperature, as well as some smoke also, mainly for the flame detectors. In case of any flames are there, see, not all the flames will eject smoke. Some flames will be there without a smoke. Some, if some material will be in case of any fire with some materials, it won't eject smoke also, directly flame will be there. But some materials will have smoke, like electrical cables or some other copper or something. But some materials won't have smoke, only the fire will be there. But in those situations, these flame detectors will be there. These are also mostly used in the enclosed areas only, but in some locations like oil and gas power plants or some other locations, the detectors will be installed in near to the equipments, not adjacent to the equipments, little bit nearer to the equipments. Those will be installed. And flammable gas detectors will also be there. Flammable gas detectors. These detectors are mostly used in this oil and gas industries only. Mostly, majority of these will be used in the oil and gas industries to detect the flammable gases. In case of any releases like H2S, it might be H2S, or whatever the gas will be, sulfur, based on the this one. The plant, and based on the release, whatever the production will be. No, in all the location, only one substance or this one will be the eject. Production won't be going on. See, in some locations like here in HPCL or this or whatever it might be, Bharat Petroleum or Reliance, in the refinery, based on the locations, not every location will be having the same gases. Based on the location, the equipment differs. That's why we are mentioning as a flammable gases detectors only, because See, in some locations, sulfur production will be there. In some location, in other unit, it will be divided into units like sulfur unit or hydrogen unit. In sulfur unit, you will have different types of this one. Different types of chemicals will be there. Sulfur filtration will be there. In those locations, you can find H2S, and sulfur production will be there, and ammonia production. Even in the sulfur area, you can find out the ammonia production as well. All the this vessels and the filtrations, everything will be there. Based on those areas, the detectors will be differ, because these won't be in a multi-detector base. So in some locations, multi-detectors will be installed, but in some locations, based on the material, whatever the material is produced there, based on those materials, and whatever the flammable gases might be present, based on those, the production, these detectors will be kept over there. And you can identify those also in the process plants, because same like this, with the protection for the weather protection, they will be keeping same like this one, red color one. This red color one will be for some identification, it will be there. And heat detectors. These heat detectors are also used mainly near to most probably they will be used inside this one only, and in some locations it will be used, like I can't recollect whatever the this one, but in some locations we have identified, like warehouses. In some warehouses where the material stacking is there, and in some enclosed areas, not only pota cabins, don't consider these offices and everything, where the material will be there, like battery locations are there. Batteries are these stacked or for usage. In those locations, these fire detectors will be there, and these are also to be maintained on a regular basis. We have to maintain this inspection should be done on a regular basis, like monthly. It might be monthly or quarterly, based on the company's requirement. And inspection as well as maintenance also, because these smoke detectors as well as some flame and heat detectors, what these functional will be, if in case of any dusting or painting is there, in case of dust, the alarm might start. Chances are high, alarm might start. And in the process plans, what it will be, if any alarm start, it will directly communicate to the fire department, safety department, and the concerned location engineer or someone else, some departments. They'll get the information. Those are interlinked, everything is interlinked. That's the main reason, because I have observed in one of my location while working in the brown field, due to some maintenance of AC filter maintenance will be there. Once in a while, like monthly or for every 45 days, some maintenance company has came and they have done their AC filter cleaning and everything. While cleaning these AC filters, so much of dust will be there. Due to that dust, these maintenance people didn't protect these smoke detectors. While doing this type of any maintenance, we have to cover the smoke detector with some tapes, so that no dust will be going inside. They didn't cover the smoke detector, and while cleaning all the dust, so much of dust is available, because beside to that AC and everything, our expansion or our work is going on due to these civil activity. Those are civil activities. Due to those civil activities and everything, dust has been accumulated in the dust filter. While cleaning, so much of dust has been accumulated, and smoke detectors started alarming. And within 5 minutes, the fire tender has came, the safety department has came. Everyone, we are shocked because on that day we are working outside the building, and those people are working inside the building for this maintenance work. When we heard about this alarm and everything, we directly went to the assembly point. The safety department has came, the fire tender has came, the security department has came. They started inquiring, and lastly we came to know due to the dust it has occurred. While doing any type of maintenance, we have to do maintenance as well, because if lots of dust has been accumulated, it won't work sometimes. And if lots of dust is accumulated inside, it starts alarming by itself. Those are also the reasons. Okay, that's the main. I think all these things has to be, and for this flame gas detectors, calibration should also be done. Calibrations should be done to these meters, whether these are working properly or not, on an yearly basis or something. We'll be having company requirement. Based on that one, these should be done, and we'll see the other one. The common fire detection methods. You can see fire can be detected and just to escape from fire, and it might be, if possible, to put off the fire by using some extinguishing methods like fire extinguishers or some fire hose reels or a fire blanket. By using this, we have to put off the fire if it's in our hands, within our limit. And there are so many advantages and disadvantages for the detections and everything. It might be either heat or smoke, because why heat, someone might get a doubt regarding why heat detection. See, in some cases fire won't occur directly initially. If any short circuit or something like that within the electrical, due to electricity, you can observe our socket plugs or something will be there. By burning that plugs due to high voltage or any this one voltage issues, or by high voltage or any improper usage of sockets, by this it will start burning, and for 1 or 2 days, and after that it start firing. Sparks will accumulate and then fire will start. And in some other cases only heat will be there, like you can't find the smoke also in some situations. And not only, not in electricity, but in some other the locations, it will start by heating. This is just based on this our fire triangle. You might know that one, the fire triangle. Here are the smoke detection, flame detection, what we have seen, and flammable gas detection, heat detection. Smoke detection. Sorry. Smoke detection These are used for detecting of smoke or any carbonaceous fires, which frequently used, or unless it might be any problem with steam or dust or anything. In those conditions, but even the steam, sorry, okay, in those conditions it might trigger the smoke alarm. As I said, dust in steam also, due to steam or hot waters. While using so much of hot waters, the steam will be accumulated. Due to that one also, smoke detectors might start alarm. How is the second one is the this one, how the functioning of this one, smoke detectors, how it will. Ionizing detectors operate when smoke enters this detector and it absorbs the ions, reducing the flow of electric current. And smoke detectors are mostly used in the commercial and industrial buildings, connected to central fire alarm system. As I have said regarding this one in the example, how it will be connected. It will be directly connected to the fire control rooms if it's a industrial areas. And for this one, fire panels will also be there for detection where the fire alarm is where the fire alarm has started. You see, in some locations we couldn't find out where the alarm is sounding. Due to that one, for easy identification and everything, fire panel will be there. In those fire panels, we'll be having an easy identification where the fire alarm, fire smoke detectors are alarming. If not, let me show you one thing. Might be, have you ever seen this fire alarm, fire panel? Anyone has seen that one? Fire panel, anyone has seen the fire panel or not?
No, sir.
No. Okay, just give me a minute, I'll show you. I think we have.
సార్ నేను షేర్ చేయాలా నేను?
ఒకసారి చెప్పండి చెప్పండి కిరణ్.
అదే సార్, ఫైర్ ప్యానల్ షేర్ చేయాలా అంటున్నా.
ఉంది నా దగ్గర. యాక్చువల్గా నా వర్కింగ్ లొకేషన్దే ఉంది. నేను అది ఆ పిక్చర్స్ చెక్ చేస్తున్నాను అనమాట, ఎక్కడున్నాయి అనేసి. అంతే తప్ప ఏం లేదు. షేర్ చేస్తాను. I'll share you how it will be. And in some locations in construction phase, we will be normally using, if the project is medium size or large scale project, in those we'll be using this one for this containers and office porta cabins, because all the offices are interlinked. Based on the size of this one, we'll be using the fire panel to identify where the smoke detectors have started alarming. And the type of sensor can also be used to detect and warn of the much higher level of CO2 generated by fire. The sensor which is available is also used to detect and warn the higher levels of carbon dioxide, which is generated while fire. Let me check once more. One minute.
Smoke detection.
First one.
Raven. Revant Okay, I'll show you. Just give me a minute. Sorry for delaying. మీకు ఏమైనా డౌట్ ఉంటే ఈలోగా అడగండి, పర్లేదు. ఎవరికైనా డౌట్?
ఫైర్ టెండర్ గురించి చెప్పండి సార్.
ఫైర్ టెండర్ అంటే మనం ఫైర్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ వెహికల్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా
సార్,
వాటిల్ని యాక్చువల్ గా ఫైర్ టెండర్స్ అంటారు.
ఓకే సార్, ఓకే సార్.
ఫైర్ ఇంజిన్ అనేసి ఎక్కడ అనరు, ఫైర్ టెండర్స్ అంటారు అట్లా యాక్చువల్ గా. దాంట్లో మళ్ళీ వెరైటీస్ ఉంటాయా? ఫైర్ టెండర్స్ అనేవి వెరైటీస్ ఉంటాయి, డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ ఇవి ఉంటాయి. బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ది ఫైర్ అవి ఆ ఫైర్ టెండర్ ని యూజ్ చేస్తారు. ఏవి పడితే ఆ ఫైర్ టెండర్ ని తీసుకెళ్ళడం అలాగ ఉండదు. అన్నిటికీ మనం దాంట్లో రిగార్డింగ్ ఏ ఫైర్ ఉంటే ఆ ఫైర్ తాలూకా మెటీరియల్, ఎక్స్టింగ్విష్ చేయడానికి ఏ మెటీరియల్ వాడాలో అదే మెటీరియల్ ని తీసుకెళ్తారు. ఎమర్జెన్సీ రెస్క్యూ సిస్టమ్ గురించి అయిందా టాపిక్?
అవలేనట్టుంది సార్.
ఎమర్జెన్సీ రెస్క్యూ సిస్టమ్ గురించి అవ్వలేదా? ఎమర్జెన్సీ ఇవాక్యుయేషన్ అయిందా? ఇవాక్యుయేషన్ అయింది. ఎమర్జెన్సీ రెస్పాన్స్ అండ్ ఎమర్జెన్సీ ఇవాక్యుయేషన్ అయింది.
ఐడియా లేదు సార్, నేను అటెండ్ అవ్వాలన్నట్టుంది.
మైట్ బి పిక్చర్స్ ఎక్కడ ఉన్నాయి, నేను ఆ ఫైర్వి చూపిస్తానండి. స్మోక్ డిటెక్టర్స్ అవి. ఇంకేమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉన్నాయా? ఇప్పుడు వరకు క్లాస్లో అయిన డౌట్స్ ఏమైనా ఉంటే అడగండి ఇప్పుడే. The smoke detectors are very sensitive, as I said, for small dust and even for the smoke also, cigarette smoke also, it might start alarming. Okay. And flame detection, for the flame detection, photoelectric cells sensors will be there for the flame detections. And the cells will be detecting the emission of infrared, ultraviolet rays, radiation, like even the welding, or this one also, the whatever the welding, but it might be TIG, arc, or any welding. While this one while doing any hot work activities, those radiations by when these radiations will be emitted, these flame detections will be alarmed, or it might be in other locations also. See, flame detections, I have told you, high adoption of flame detectors across oil and gas and chemical industries. These are more useful in this one only. And with increased industrial and commercial applications in oil and gas pipeline, turbine enclosures. Turbine enclosures is nothing but whatever in the power plant, as well as in the oil and gas also, turbines will be there, but those are different types compared with oil and gas and power plant. In those enclosures, because those turbines will be enclosed like cabin, it will be enclosed using cabin based, so to protect sound and everything, vibration and everything, the enclosures will be there, the turbine enclosures will be there. And on offshore platforms, that means rigs and aircraft hangars also, wherever the aircraft maintenance and this one will be construction will be going on, in those locations. Okay, it will be used. It's a fire manual brake glass. You might have observed this one in any malls or some locations. Okay.
Sir.
Any doubts, just let me know. In the meanwhile, I'll check this one and I'll show you. Yes, I have got this one. Okay, I'll show you. Okay, let me show you this one. You can see this one, the picture. Can you see this picture?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
This one is the fire panel. Okay, this one is the fire panel. These are the identifications and controls. Here the main identification where the fire alarm is has started. Okay, has started alarming. By the here lighting will be red light will be blinking. Based on that we can identify easily from which location the alarm has started blinking. And it's one of my audits from my head office. They have came and they are checking each and everything. And you can see this one also. This is fire alarm system. Okay, this one is alarm and this one is for pressing, okay, to initiate in case of any fire alarm emergencies. Okay, if you have any doubts, just let me know. Okay. Okay, for the flammable gas detection, the amount of flammable gas, like same gas monitors, whatever the gas monitors will be there, whatever those flammable gas in the atmosphere, and compare the value with the reference value. We have to we have to compare that one, because in the atmosphere it's different, in the enclosed area it will be different. And if the gas supply value is exceeding, and the alarm will start sounding, and it will directly start giving information to the control room as well as to the fire department or any other department, like mainly for this control rooms, for the leakages and for this gas detection. The control room will also get the information, and even the fire department will also get the information, because in case of this flammable gas release, any fire can also happen. For that cause, the fire department will also get the informations with these detections. Okay, and particular flammable gas detectors are used in many industrial purposes. I have told you, right, that only specified, in some locations only specified particular flammable gas detectors will be installed, because particular specific gas detectors will be less costly compared with the multi gas detectors. That's the main reason they will be using these particular gas detectors only. Okay, any doubts? ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే చెప్పండి, లేకపోతే అర్థం కాలేదు అనిపిస్తుంది నాకు ఎందుకో మీకు.
No doubts, sir.
ఓకే, హీట్ డిటెక్షన్ ఇది మీకు రేపు చెప్తాను. నెక్స్ట్ టాపిక్ కూడా రేపు ఇచ్చేసుకుందాం, సరేనా? ఏమైనా డౌట్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి. కిరణ్, అజయ్, ప్రసాద్, దుర్గారావు, బాలాజీ, రేవంత్, రవి.
No, sir.
ఓకే, నిన్న సార్ ఏదో చెప్పినట్టున్నారు, ఏదో ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఇచ్చినట్టున్నారు సార్.
ప్రాజెక్ట్ వర్క్ ఉంది సార్.
ఎగ్జామ్స్ కూడా దగ్గర పడుతున్నాయి.
అవునండి, ఫిబ్రవరి అని చెప్తున్నారు, అన్అఫీషియల్ గా తెలిసిందన్నారు.
అదే అన్అఫీషియల్ గా తెలిసింది. కొద్దిగా ఇదిగా ఉండండి, స్టార్ట్ ప్రిపేరింగ్.
ఓకే సార్.
ఓకే, సీ యూ టుమారో.
ఓకే సార్.
Okay, sir.